welcome to another episode of yet fresh and tasty food on my channel. This is Posho, and today we'll be making fresh beans, but we're going to turn them into coconut beans. Now, the reason why we're making coconut beans today is because, well, we're from a lovely season of fun and drinks, meats, turkey, all that yummy goodness. But now we're in a budget and you're probably looking for something to make for your friends or your children. And this is something very simple and yet affordable to make with the freshest ingredients. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to wash our beans. They're just really from the market, straight from the market. Make sure, guys, this is like, 101. Being like that wife who's always getting all the codes right. So we're going to wash the beans, then leave them to a boil of 30 minutes and let it simmer down until your saucepan is really dry, and then the beans will be ready for the next step. So as we let our beans get to a good simmer and really boil and get ready, we are going to prepare what we're going to use to fry them. And the things we're going to need to make our coconut beans today, we're going to use 1 cup of coconut milk. Take note of that. And we are actually preparing 500 grams of beans right now. 1 red onion, 2 big tomatoes, and some garlic cloves, which we're going to use to make our garlic paste. And finally, the secret to our stew, guys, we're going to use Raycor, but we're going to use the all-in-one mix. We're going to use the perfect blend. It's a mixture of curry and muchuzi. And the reason why I'm choosing to use the all-in-one mix is because it adds thickness to your stew. The reason why you really need it is because you don't want your stew to be watery, guys, yeah? And finally, we're gonna use some Raycor beef cubes because just 2 cubes are enough to add that flavor. You don't need salt, you just need 2 beef cubes of Raycor. And also, we're going to use one teaspoon of curry powder and 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, or you could call it tomato pure. And then that's all we shall actually need. It might be the season of being broke, guys, but you don't want your beans to be so broke. Honestly, they're actually just a few ingredients that you need. We are on a budget, but we're eating well on a budget. You dig? Now our tomatoes are ready because they have released the juice and you can see that they're soft. This means that the tomatoes are ready and all the ingredients that we put in before. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of all-in-one mix Raycor. Just 1 is enough because we're using, this is 500 grams of beans. Add it to your stew. This is going to help our stew become really thick. And you don't want to put in the curry later. You need to put it now so that your stew is actually ready when you add in the beans and the water. Then we shall add the powder. More spice. Stir. After 2 minutes, we're going to add our boiled beans. Then we're going to stir and let that stew get into the beans. We're going to add half cup of water and let our beans go to a boil of 5 minutes. So we're going to add thick coconut milk. But this is really optional. You don't have to add this. You can skip this step and just opt to add more water. But I highly recommend this. It tastes really better. The coconut milk gives your stew a thicker vibe. Just put in your Raycor cube and crumble into the stew. And you got served. And just let it boil on medium heat for 5 minutes, since our beans are already ready, but we just need our curry and our spices to just get into it and be ready. As a side for our coconut beans, we are going to be making vegetable fried rice, some salt into already boiling water, about a teaspoon. Then we are going to add the rice. So as our rice is getting to a good boil and getting ready, we shall cut up our vegetables for our vegetable fried rice. For our rice, we shall need spring onions, celery stalk, onion, 2 small carrots, 2 garlic cloves, 1 red capsicum, and 1 yellow. We'd say yellow or red pepper. And we're going to just chop everything up to fine pieces, because it's vegetable fried rice. You don't want them to be looking shabby, you know. You want them to be small pieces that are very chewy and just fitting into the rice and just blending in really well. After this step, if you have cowpeas, make sure you already boiled them before you add them. Or if you have corn, you can also boil it before adding it to this step. And finally, you can add your boiled rice to this. Mix it all up. You're going to mix it all together before you add your spring onions. The spring onions are actually the final step, but if you prefer on this step before you add the spring onions, you can add soy sauce to add color to your rice. Then it can become then it becomes a brown vegetable fried rice, or like we call it in the kitchen, Trinidad fried rice. Now that our vegetable fried rice is ready and we have plated it, we're going to add our beans and dig right in and find out how did this turn out. Is it giving? Is the flavor right? Did the Reiko cubes add that amount of salt? But also, this is very simple and easy, very quick. It's also very important that you plate your food right and not just put things anywhere, you know. It just looks more tasty and appealing. Yeah, more appealing to the eye and to your guests. First, the vegetable fried rice. Fancy. Totally, you should try this. Totally. Simple, easy to make, and very budget-like. Then the beans. These are our coconut beans. No, I'm not even lying right now. This, for that price, it's too good for that price. Just coconut milk and onions, and you know, you can totally just do this thing. Now let me do it with the beans. Hey. It's giving. I know I can eat well. I know I can eat well on a budget. Damn. Period. I'm done. No, it's too good. We have it. Coconut beans, vegetable fried rice. Something you should try, and let me know. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course, you know, let's engage. Let me know what you'd want to see on the next video. And of course, don't forget this, you need to use Reiko.